Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm very excited to tell you about a new concept that I thought of, that I got an idea about, and I want to share it with you today. So today is the 10th day of my 12th Entrypoint Waterfast, and so for the past 10 days I've been just drinking water. I'm not eating any food, and in fact I also quit smoking for this fast. And again, I'm not quitting smoking because I want to get rid of smoking, but because I want to prove to myself that I'm not smoking because I'm addicted to smoking, but that I'm smoking because I enjoy smoking every now and then. But let me tell you now about a new concept. So of course, this is my 12th water fast, and the benefits of water fasting are huge, and I feel them in my life, and I always talk about them here. And they are, of course, not about losing weight, but about all these improvements that you get just by drinking water. But of course, talking to a lot of you, and over the years to a lot of people, it's actually hard for a lot of people to do water fasting, to drink water only for a week, 2-3 weeks. 40 days, 50 days, 60 days, that's almost unimaginable. And a lot of people usually quit fasting after a few days, so they don't get the benefit. A lot of people, they do fasting only from, let's say a day to up to, 5, 6, 7 days. But this doesn't bring the main benefits, which are being in ketosis for a prolonged time. So that's on one side, right? Having the benefits. Also on the benefits that are brought by water fasting. So benefits from water fasting. And on the other side, you have benefits that you get from dropping sugars and carbohydrates from your diet. But again, these benefits, let's say on the other side, compared to the water fasting benefits, are not as big, because from my experience, water fasting, that's basically the ketosis on steroids. That's why I call it super ketosis state, during which I experience, the things that I always talk about. The brain works differently. You can get into the flow. You kill the cancer cells. All that stuff. So I got this idea that I want to share with you. And in fact, the idea for me is so intriguing that I'm thinking that this water fast, I think that this water fast I will at least do over Christmas for sure, because I want to experience what it is like if you are fasting over Christmas. Now, when Christmas is over, I might already start this concept, but that depends on what I read about it, because I want to research it a little bit, because I feel that no one has done it. And let me now tell you the idea. So the idea was that actually it started appearing in my head after the first week of fasting, and I noticed that it just took really few days of drinking water only, so that all my vital signs, the ones I monitor, really improve, and I got into really feeling well only just by drinking water for 1 week. Now, after that 1 week, I felt really great, but I am continuing with fasting. So now it's day 10. So I thought to myself that I would like to try the following. And if you have listened to me up to this point, if you know my videos, write me, because I'm really curious about what you think about this concept. So I'm thinking that I would start, again, after Christmas or after New Year's. I don't know at this point. Most likely after New Year's, because I want to go through New Year's and Christmas drinking water only. But after that, which should be around, let's say 28 days, 30 days, so 4 weeks of fasting, I'm thinking that I would switch into a mode that for 1 week, I would be drinking water only. And the next week, I would start eating, but keto diet only, meaning no sugars, no carbohydrates. And that, in that mode, I would continue for a week. So for a week, I would eat no carbs and no sugars. And a week after that, I would start drinking water only for another week. And then a week after that, I would switch to no carbs, no sugar diet. And I would go like this for the whole year. So basically, 1 week water fasting, 1 week keto. 1 week water fasting, 1 week keto for the whole year. And I'm thinking, I really wonder what it's going to do to me. But then I thought to myself, you know what? Because of course, when you go through life, as I mentioned last time, there are occasions where you run into situations that you would really like to eat, because you know that these situations will not come. Now, what I mean by that is, let's say your mother has a birthday, and the whole family meets, and even though you have keto food as the whole family, you are not eating it, and you're not enjoying this wonderful time that's only once a year, celebrating birthday with your family. So, if it during the year as you go, you might run into situations where they happen during this week, during the week when you are drinking water only. So then I thought to myself, you know what? Let's not do it week and week, but let's do it day and day. So one day drinking water only, next day eating keto, third day drinking water only, and then eating keto only. And then just switch it like this every day. And then, of course, I could imagine that, for example, let's say Monday was my eating day, Tuesday was my fasting day, Wednesday would be my eating day, and Thursday would be my fasting day, and let's say Friday would be my fasting day. Doesn't matter how it works out, because what I'm trying to say is that, let's say that week I have this special event on Thursday, but unfortunately, I have it that Monday, Wednesday, and Friday I'm eating, and Tuesday and Thursday I am not eating, and the event is on Thursday. So what I'll do is I'll drop Wednesday. So Wednesday I'll be drinking water only, and then Friday I would also be drinking water only. So then what I would do is that I would eat on Monday, I would drink water only on Tuesday, I would drink water only on Wednesday, I would eat on Thursday, that special event where I would eat, but no sugars, no carbs. And on Friday, I would not eat also. And then Saturday, even though I should not be eating, but because I didn't eat for Friday, then I would eat on Saturday. And then I would not eat on Sunday. And so this is a concept that I would really like to test out. In fact, I want to test it out for several reasons. First one is, again, as you know, and I pointed it out in the video over here called Ultimate Diet, and I also, Ultimate Diet right here, and I talked about it also in the videos right here about killing cancer cells. If I go back, let's say again, and you, for those of you who follow me, you know that I always look at it from a point of view of, let's say, 100,000 years ago. And 100,000 years ago, the way we lived, we never knew if we were going to catch or have something to eat. So basically, the body went through, like you would wake up, you would go through life, and every time you would see food and you catch food, you would eat it. So in fact, it's actually more common not to eat regularly than to eat regularly. Now, be careful, because when I say, let's eat for a week and not eat for a week, or you shouldn't eat regularly, now be careful, because I'm not looking at it from a point of view of our regular diet, where 6 times a day we drink and eat carbohydrates and sugars. Of course, that would be deadly. If you don't change your diet and you do this, week or day, if you don't change your diet, it's deadly. And let me explain why. Because if you eat carbohydrates and sugars, you are not in ketosis, and it takes a week to get into ketosis. And before you get into ketosis, the body eats up its glucose reserves and then actually goes into muscles. So imagine that for a week you are eating regularly and then you stop eating. So it takes a week for the body during not eating to turn into ketosis. But because you are not in ketosis, it will start eating itself. And then when it's about to turn into ketosis, the week is over and you start eating again regularly. So you jump back into glucosis state, then you eat for a week. And then when you are not supposed to eat, because you are not in ketosis, the body will eat itself. So it's deadly. But if you keep yourself in a ketosis state, just like to 100,000 years ago, then it should be perfectly fine. And so because I think it's completely natural, I want to test it out. In fact, I'm even thinking that I might do some, blood tests before and after. So when I would start, let's say after Christmas or after New Year's, I would like to try to do the whole year this way and report what it's like. One day eating, next day not eating. So I want to really try it out. So look, guys, if you have any thoughts about this, write them out. Please, before you write your thoughts and ideas, look at it from a point of view of 100,000 years ago. Because as I point out in the book over here, Sapiens, right here, because when don't forget what I told my mother today when I spoke to her about this concept. She said, well, you shouldn't look how people lived 100,000 years ago because they lived only up to 25, 30 years old. And not like us, that we live up to 60, 70, 80 years old, 80 years of age. And of course, I heard this all this time. And in fact, in the past, I always used it when someone told me, oh, our ancestors, they knew, they had this knowledge and, whatever. Then I would always say, well, yeah, it feels like a really interesting knowledge, but don't forget that, now I can live 3 times longer than they lived in the past with their, super knowledge. But then I read this book, Sapiens, and there there are 3 main reasons why humans died over the years in the past. And, the number 1 reason I would have never guessed, but third and second reasons are diseases and fights, wars. But the number 1 reason is hunger, starvation. Because this gene that we are all made of was always living in a place where there was not enough food. So logically, we are made to survive while not eating. Therefore, I'm 100% convinced that drinking water and eating the next day and dropping down sugars and carbohydrates and switching it like this is actually simulating how the environment that this and your genetic codes were made for. And I believe that if I stay in this, the hypothesis is that if I stay in this state for a prolonged time, that it might actually get me, and I'm going back to the beginning, the benefits of water fasting, the benefits of not eating sugars, but it's much softer than not eating for 40 days. Also, it might be very easy, because for some of you that you find it hard to start water fasting, I always tell you 2 weeks prior to water fasting, drop carbohydrates and sugars and and give yourself 2 weeks to get into ketosis and then start water fasting. So personally, I feel that I really want to test that the real entry point water fast is that for 2 weeks you drop down sugars, or for 1 week you drink water only, and then after the 2-week period of getting into ketosis, or after 1 week of drinking water only, you then switch into a mode where one day you eat no sugars and no carbs, and the next day you drink water only, and you go like this. And I think that the longer you go, the more you'll start feeling benefits. And this is what I want to start, and I will probably start it after Christmas or after New Year's, and I will report every single day what it feels like and how it is. So let me know your thoughts. Feel free to contact me. All the contact information you will find in the links below this video, and see you soon, because I will be thinking about this concept, and I'm sure I will get some ideas as I'm researching on the internet. So talk to you soon. Bye bye.